Jake Paul looks terrified as he faces off Francis Ngannou and 6'8" opponent. Jake Paul looked extremely nervous when facing off Francis Ngannou with his 6'8" opponent, Renan Ferreira. The problem child was at the Anthem in Washington, D.C. as a special guest for the Battle of the Giants press conference. He opened up the event by conducting a quick interview with fast-rising FIFL star Dakota Decheva before handing the broadcast duties over to Sean O'Connell and Dan Hardy for the press conference, but the YouTuber-turned-boxer returned to the stage at the end of the show to stand in the middle of Ferreira and Ngannou's first face-off. Paul, who is by no means a small man at 6'1" and 200 pounds, looked tiny in comparison to the heavyweights. Ferreira stands at a towering 6'8" and while Ngannou is a giant in his own right at 6'5". Luckily, things didn't get physical in the face-off, because Paul wouldn't have been much help. "I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't have done anything if they would have started a fight," he said. "They're very, very strong." Previewing the fight, he added, "Francis has a lot to prove. He came from the UFC. Since defending his UFC heavyweight title against Cyril Gane in January 2022, Ngannou has endured a stretch full of ups and downs. The Predator spent 2022 recovering from knee surgery before splitting with the UFC after failing to come to terms on a contract extension. He subsequently signed with the FIFL in May 2023, although it has taken some time for him to finally announce his company debut. This is in part down to his transition to boxing, but also due to family tragedy. In April, Ngannou announced the tragic death of his son, Kobe, at the age of just 15 months. Taking to social media at the time, he wrote, "Too soon to leave, but yet he's gone. My little boy, my mate, my partner, Kobe was full of life and joy." This is in part down to his transition to boxing, but also due to family tragedy. In April, Ngannou announced the tragic death of his son, Kobe, at the age of just 15 months. Taking to social media at the time, he wrote, "Too soon to leave, but yet he's gone. My little boy, my mate, my partner, Kobe was full of life and joy." 1 month prior, Ngannou suffered a devastating knockout defeat to Anthony Joshua in his second pro boxing bout. The Predator had caused Tyson Fury real problems 6 months before, with many believing he had done enough to get his hand raised after dropping the then lineal heavyweight champion in the 3rd round and then pushing the pace for the majority of the 10-round contest. In the end, 2 of the 3 judges scored the fight in favor of Fury, but Ngannou's stock rose tenfold as a result of his impressive display.